song? Where's the Bible? Okay. Yeah. And mocked the Jews, and he spake before his brethren in the army of Samaria, and said, What do these feeble Jews? What do these feeble Jews? What they fortify themselves? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah, the the Ammonite, was by him, and he said, Even that which they built, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. O hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity, and cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders, till we built the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. And it came to pass, when the Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, that the breaches began to be stopped, they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer to our God and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is so much rubbish that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversaries said, They shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them, and slay them, and cause the work to cease. And it came to pass that when the Jews dwelt by them, they said unto us 10 times, From all the places whence ye shall return to us and be upon you. Therefore I set the lower places and the places behind the wall, and on the higher places even I set the people after their families, with their swords and spears and their bows. And I looked and arose and said to the nobles and to the rulers and the rest of the people, Be not afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives, and your houses. It came to pass, enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we return all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth, and the half of my servants brought in the work, and the other half of them held both spears and shields and bows and habergeons, and the rulers were behind the house of Judah, which they built the wall, and they that bear the burdens in those which landed, every one of them of his hands wrought in the work. With the other hand held a weapon for the builders, every one had his sword by his side. So he built, and that he sounded the trumpet. Was by me. That the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles and the rulers and the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we are separated up the wall, one from another. In what place, therefore, ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us, for God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise, at the same time, I said unto the people, Let everyone with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brother, nor servants, Go sit on the couch. Nor the men of the guard which followed me. None of us put off our clothes, saving that everyone put them off for washing. And there was a great cry against the people and their wives against the brethren of the Jews. For where that said, we are sons and daughters, and many, therefore we take up corn for them that we may eat and live. So also there were, there were that said, we have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses, that we might buy corn because of the dearth. There were also said that we have borrowed money for the king's tribute, and upon our lands and vineyards. Yet now our flesh is our flesh of a brother, our children as their children. And lo, we bring into bondage our sons and daughters to be servants. For some of our daughters are brought unto bondage already. Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyards. And I was very angry when I heard their cry in these words, when I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles and the rulers to say unto them, ye exact usury, one of his brothers, and I set a great assembly against them, and said unto them, we are after our ability have redeemed our brethren the Jews, which are sold unto the heathen, and ye even sell your brethren, or shall they be sold unto us? Then held they their peace, and found nothing to answer. Also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not walk in the fear of God, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies? I likewise, my brother and my servants, might exact of them money and corn. I pray you, leave us off this usury. I restore, I pray to you, to them even this day their lands, their vineyards, their olives, their houses, also the 100th part of the money, and of the corn and the wine and the oil, that ye exact of them. Then said they, we will restore them and require nothing of them, so will we do as thou sayest. Then I called the priests and took an oath of them that they should do according to his promise. Also I shook my lap and said, so God, shake out every man of this house and of this labor that performeth not this promise, thus even be shaken out and emptied. And all the congregation said amen, and praised the Lord. And the people did according to this promise. Moreover, the time that I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year even unto 2 and 13 year of the Artaxerxes the king, that is 12 years, and I, my brother, have not eaten the bread of the governor. But the former governors that have been before me were charged unto this people, and I had taken of them bread and wine, beside 40 shekels of silver. Yea, even servants bear rule over the people. So did not I, because of the fear of the Lord, because of the fear of God. Yea, also I continued in the work of this wall, neither brought we any land, and the servants were gathered thither unto the work. Moreover, there were at my table 150 Jews and rulers, beside those who came unto us among the heathen that were about us. Now which was prepared for me daily was 1 ox and six choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, and once 10 days store of all sorts of wine. Yet for all this required not I the bread of the governor, because the bondage was heavy upon his people. Think upon me, my God, for good, according all that I have done for this people. And it came to pass, when the Sanballat and Tobiah and the Geshem, the Arabian, and the rest of our enemies heard that I built the wall, and there was no breach there left therein, Though at that time I had not set up the doors unto the gates, the Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, Come, let us meet together in one of the villages in the plain of Ono, but thought to do me mischief. And I sent messages unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so I cannot come down. Why should the work cease? Willis I leave it and come down to you? Whilst I leave it and come down to you. And they sent unto me 4 times after this, or did I answer them after the same manner. Bruh, I'm not coming over there. Then sent Sanballat his servants unto me like like manner the 5th time, and opened the letter in his hand, wherein it was written, it was reported among the heathen, and the gas hit me up. Saith it, that thou the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king according to these words. Thou hast also appointed the prophets to preach at thee Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah, and now it shall be reported to the king according to these words. Now come therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent unto him, saying, There are no such thing as thou sayest, but thou frankness them out of thine own heart. For they made us all afraid, saying, Their hands shall be weakened for the work, that it may not be done. Now therefore strengthen my hand. Afterward I came unto the house of Shema, the son of Delilah, the son Methebel, who was shut up. He said, Let us meet together in the house of God within the temple. Let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to slay thee. Yea, in the night will they come to slay thee. And I said, Such a man as I, flee. Who's scared? And who is there that, being as I am, will go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. And lo, I perceived that God had not sent him, but that he pronounced his prophecy against me. For Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. Therefore he was hired, that I should be afraid and do so and sin, and that I might not have, that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me. My God, think thou upon Tobiah and Sanballat according to their works, and on the prophecies of Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month Elul, and 50 and 2 days. And it came to pass that when all our enemies heard thereof, and the heathen that were all about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was wrought of our God. Moreover, in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters, and the letters of Tobiah came unto them, for there were many in Judah sworn unto him, because he was the son of Shechaniah, son of Arah, and the son of Joanna, had taken the daughter of Meshullam, and the son of Berekah. Also they reported his good deeds before me, and uttered words to him. Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear. Ain't right, Tobiah, you ain't right. Now it came to pass, when the wall was built, and I had set up doors, and the porters and the singers, Levites, were appointed, that I gave my brother Hanani and Ananiah, the ruler of the palace, charge over Jerusalem, for he was a faithful man, feared God above many. And I said unto them, let not the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun be hot, while they stand by, and let them be shut. Let them shut the doors and bar them, and appoint watches in the inhabitants of Jerusalem, everyone in his watch, and everyone to be over and against his house. Now the city was at large and great, but the people were few therein. The houses were not built. And my God put into mine heart to gather together nobles and rulers of people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy. And I found a register of the genealogy of them which came up at the first, and found written therein, excuse me, these are the children of the providence that went up out of the captivity, for those that had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away, and came again to Jerusalem and Judah, everyone unto his city, who came with Zerubbabel, Joshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Rahamai, Nahami, Mordecai, Bilshan, Misreph, Bigva, Nahum, Bana. The number I say of the men of the people of Israel was this. No freaking way. Hey, Bay, did you go back any? You didn't go back on scriptures, right? Why does it seem like I already read Nehemiah chapter 7 that was 70 some verses and had the names? Why is it repeating exactly everything? There's no way. Yeah. And the children of Parash, 2,172. The children of Sepati, Sephatia, 370 and 2. The children of Arah, 672. The children of Bahop, Hathmob. Watch it again. Yes, ma'am. That's cool, right? What? Of the children of Jesu, 2,818. The children of Elam, 1,204. The children of Zatu, 845. The children of 703 score. Children of Beninu, 648. The children of Bebai, 608. The children of Azgah, 2,322. The children of Adonakam, 603 score. The children of Bigva, 2,003 score and 7. The children of Adin, 655. The children of Ater of Hezekiah, 98. Children of Shum, 328. Children of 324. The children of Harip, 112. The children of Gibeon, 95. The men of Bethlehem of Netufaf, whatever, 104 score. The men of Anath, 188, 28. The men of Belfaz Maveth, 40 and 2. The men of Jath Jerim, Shepariah, Beroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Gabah, 621. The men of Mitzvah, be still, and 122. The men of Bethel and 123. The men of Nebo, and 2. The children of the other realm, 1,254. Children of Barim, 320. Children of Jericho, 345. Children of Lloyd, Adid, Ono, 771. The children of Sanaa, 3,930. The priests, children of the house of Jeshua, 73. The children of Immer, 1,052. The children of Asher, 147. The children of Harim, 1,016. The Levites, the children of Jeshua and Admil. The children of Odiva, 74. The singers, the children of Saf, 148. The porters, the children of Shalom. The children of Ater, and the children of Talom. The children of Akub, the children of Hatia, the children of Shobai, and 138. This is the Nethinims, the children of Zaya, the children of Ashub, the children of Teboth, the children of Kiros, the children of Sai, the children of Paddan, the children of Lebanon, the children of Hagaba, the children of Shalman, the children of Hanan, the children of Gidel, the children of Nahar, the children of Riaha, the children of Rizin, the children of Nekoda, the children of Gazam, the children of Uzzah, the children of Balshi, the children of Blesai, the children of Minom, the children of Nep is him. The children of Bambuk, the children of Akapa, the children of Harher, the children of Ralph, the children of Medhida, the children of Harsha, the children of Bargos, the children of Syria, the children of Shema, the children of Neziah, the children of Aya, the children of Solomon's servants, the children of Satoa, Sotai, the children of Sorepith, Sophir, the children of Perdia, the children of Delah, the children of Dargan, the children of Gidel, the children of Sabataya, the children of Etlil, the children of Horish, of Zebna, children of Aaron, and all the Nephilims, and the two children of Saul's servants were 392, and these there which also from Tilma to her Cherubim, Adon, Immer, but they could not show their father. They could not show their father nor their seed, whether they were of Israel. The children of Delilah and the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 642, and of all the priests of the children of Tobiah had of the children of Koz, the children of Barzillai, which took one of the daughters of Gilead to all after their name, all their registered oaths, but it was not. Therefore, has polluted the priest and the Arish said unto them that they should not most holy thing till there stood up priests with Urim and Thummim. The whole congregation was together 42,300. Besides their men servants, whom there were 7, had 245, 40 and 5, singing their horses 730, their mules 245, their camel 436, 435, 7,722 asses, and some of the chief of their father gave unto the work the Tarshutha. Sit down. Didn't I say sit down? Ari, sit down. gave to the treasure 1,000 grams of gold, 50 bensons, 530 priest garments. And some of the chief fathers gave to the work 20,000 grams of gold and 2,200 pounds of silver. And that which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 grams of gold and 2,000 pounds of silver and 7 priest garments. So the priests and the Levites, and the porters and the singers, and some of the people in the Nethinim and all of Israel dwelt in their cities. And when the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. And all the people gathered themselves together as one trees that was before, and they spake unto the scribe to bring the book of Moses, which the Lord had given to Israel. And Israel, the priests, brought the law before the congregation, both men and women, that all could hear understanding upon the first day in the 7th month, that he read therein before the street that was before the water gate, from the morning until midday, before the men and women, that those that could understand, and all the ears of the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood which they had made for purpose beside the stool. Matthiah and Shema and Ananiah and Ujira and Hilkiah, Manasseh on his right hand, on his left hand, Pedaiah and Mishael and Malachi and Hashum and Hashbaddanah, Zechariah, Melasham. Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above the people. Above the people, he opened it. All the people stood up. Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God. What's wrong? And all the people answered, Amen, Amen, lifting up their hands, and they bowed their heads and worshiped their faces to the ground. You whisper?
They hear you?
Yeah, they can hear me. I see the volume thing. Plus, I'm right here. So they read the book of them. Here's the remote. Hey. I was saying here's the remote, but you never turned around. I had already kind of threw it right there, and it bounced off the pillow. Sorry. So they read the book of the law of God distinctly and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading. Nehemiah was with Tarshetha. Yeah, and Ezra, the priest of the scribe and the Levites, that taught the people, and said unto all the people, this day is holy unto the Lord your God. Mourn not, nor weep, for all the people wept when they heard the words of the law. And then he said unto them, Go your way, eat the fat, and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them whom nothing is prepared. For this day is holy unto the Lord. Neither be sorry, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. The Levites stilled all the people, saying, Hold your peace, for the day is holy. Neither be ye grieved. And all the people went their way to eat and to drink and to send portions and to make great mirth, because they had understood the words that were declared unto them. And on the 2nd day they were gathered together, the chief of the fathers of all the people, the priests and the Levites, unto Ezra and the scribe, even to understand the words of the law. And they found written in the law which the Lord had commanded by Moses, that the children of Israel should dwell in booths in the feast of the 7th month, and that they should publish and proclaim in all their cities and in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth unto the mount, and fetch an olive branch and pine branches, and the myrtle branches and the palm branches, and the branches of thick trees, and make booths, as it is written. So the people went forth and brought them, and they made themselves booths. Everyone came upon roof of his house, and in their courts, and in the courts of the house of God, and in the street of the water gate, and in the street of the gate of Ephraim, and all the congregation of them that were come out again, the captivity made booths, and sat under booths, for since the days of Joshua the son of Nun unto that day, that not the children of Israel done so, that there was very great gladness. Also, day by day, from the first day until the last day, he read in the book of the law of God, that they kept the feast 7 days, and on the 8th day was solemn assembly, according to the manner. 9.
Let's take some medicine.
And now 24th day of this month, the children of Israel were assembled with fasting and with sackcloth and earth upon them. And the seed of Israel separated themselves from all strangers, and stood and confessed their sins and the iniquities of their fathers. And they stood in their place and read the book of the law for the Lord their God. 1/4 part of the day, another 4th part they confessed and worshiped the Lord their God. Then stood up in the stairs of the Levites, Joshua and Benai, Cadmiel, Shebani, Shebaniah.
Shebang bang, what you said?
I said Shebani. Shebaniah. Bunny? Sharibiah. Danny. Yeah, that's one of the names, but it's another one, like they sisters or something. Anyway. And Shanani. And cried with a loud voice unto their God. And then the Levites, Joshua and Cadmiel and Bani and Hashbaniah.
Hashabaniah.
Yeah. Should I say
Sherebiah.
Shera? Okay. Sherebiah, Hodijah, Shebaniah, and Pethahiah, and Rebaniah, and your hands are freezing.
My hands always cold.
Said, stand up and bless the Lord your God forever, and bless thy glorious name, which is exalted above all blessing and praise.
Oh! Oh my God!
Thou art Lord alone. Thou hast made heaven, the things of heavens, which all their hosts, the earth and all the things therein, the seas, all that there is, and thou preservest all of them, and the hosts of heaven worshipeth thee. How thou art the Lord thy God, who didst choose Abram, and brought us him forth out of and didst see the affliction of our fathers in Egypt, and heardest their cry by the Red Sea, and showedest signs and wonders upon Pharaoh, and on all his servants, and on all the people of his land. For thou knewest that they dealt proudly against them. So didst thou get thee a name as it is this day, that thou didst divide the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea in the dry land, and their persecutors thou threwest into the deeps as a stone into the mighty waters. Moreover, thou leddest them in the day by a cloudy pillar in the night and by a pillar of fire, to give them to give them light in the way wherein they should go. Thou camest thou also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgments and true laws, good statutes and commandments, and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath, and commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses, thy servant, and gavest them bread from heaven for their hunger, and broughtest forth water for them out of the rock for their thirst, and promised
Yeah,
them.
It's written. It's written like that, but it's what you
Right.
like past tense of promise.
Them that they should go and possess the land which thou hast sworn to give them. But they and our fathers dealt proudly, and hardened their necks, and hearkened not to thy commandments. Refused to obey, neither were mindful of thy wonders that thou didst among them, but hardened their necks, and in their rebellion returned to their bondage. But thou art a God ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and forsook them not. Yea, when they had made a molten calf, and said, This is thy God, that thou brought thee out of Egypt, and have wrought great.
Don't stand in the trash. Watch out.
Go sit down on the couch till Daddy get done. Go sit on the couch. Go sit on the couch. Yet in thy manifold mercies forsook them not in the wilderness. The pillar of the cloud departed not from them by day, to lead them in the way, neither the pillar of fire by night, to show them light. Man, that doggone soup got my chest feeling like every time I burp, it's there. Every time, it's just there. Yeah, bro. It feels like indigestion.
Or heartburn?
Yeah, but
You sure killed it. I think you drunk some of it.
man, I was starving. I need to get watermelon tomorrow. Maybe some.
What are you doing there?
You need to stop, Ari.
Stop doing that. Don't do
Tripping.
that. I'm serious.
Neither the pillar of
Do you?
fire by night to show them the
Don't do
light
that.
and the way
Don't do that.
wherein they should go. Thou gavest thy good spirit to instruct them, and withheldest not thy manna from their mouth, and gavest them water for their thirst. Yea, 40 years didst. Babe, what? You're not even saying anything. You just going in.
Sorry, it's you. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, chat.
We'll be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Because you didn't get done today.
What you said?
What? What happened? What?
You in the song of Solomon.
Oh my God. I'm somewhere. Hold on. Okay, and by the way wherein they should go. Thou gavest also thy good spirit to instruct them, and withheldest not thy manna from thy mouth, and gavest them water for their thirst. Yea, 40 years. Yea, 40 years didst thou sustain them in the wilderness, so that they lack nothing. Their clothes wax not cold, and their feet not swell. That was a blessing by itself, baby. Your feet didn't swell.
They walk for 40 years?
Jesus, you have feet of dirt. Hard feet. Moreover, Thou gavest them kingdoms and nations, and didst divide them into corners, so they possessed the land of Shion, and the land of King Heshbon, and the land of Og king of Bashan. The children also multiplies thou as the stars of heaven, and broughtest them in the land concerning uh concerning thou which thou hast promised to their fathers that they should go and possess it. So the children went in and possessed the land. Thou subduedest before them in the inhabitants of the land. The Canaanites gavest them into their hands with their kings and the people of the land, that they might do with them as they would. And they took strong cities and a fat land, and possessed houses full of all gods, wells, dig, vineyards, and olive yards, and fruit trees in abundance. So they did eat, and were filled, and became fat, and delighted themselves in thy great goodness. Nevertheless, they were disobedient, and rebelled against thee, and cast thy law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets, which testified against them to turn them into thee. They wrought great provocations. Therefore, thou deliverest them into the hands of their enemies, who vexed them in their time of trouble, when they cried unto thee. Thou heardest from heavens, and according to thy manifold mercies thou gavest them saviors, who saved them out of the hand of their enemy. But they did evil again before thee. Therefore leftest thou them in the land of their enemies, so that they had dominion over them. Yet they returned and cried unto thee. Thou heardest them from heaven, and many times didst thou deliver according to thy mercies, and testified against them, that thou mightest bring them again unto thy law. Yet they dealt proudly, and hearkened not unto thy commandments, but sinned against thy judgments, which if a man do, he shall live with them. And withdrew his shoulder, and hardened their would not hear. And many years didst thou forbear them, and testify against them by the spirits in thy prophets, yet would they not give ear. Therefore gavest them into the land of the people, into the hand of the people of the lands. Nevertheless, for thy great mercy's sake, thou didst not utterly consume, nor forsake them, for thou art gracious and merciful God. Now therefore, our God, great, the mighty and terrible God, who keepest the covenant and mercy, and let not all the trouble seem little for thee, that hath not come upon us, and our kings, and our princes, and on our priests, and our prophets, and our fathers, and on all thy people since the time of King Assyria unto this day. Howbeit thou art just in all is brought us, for thou hast done right, but we have done wickedly. Neither have our kings, our princes, nor fathers kept the law, nor hearkened unto thy commandments and thy testimonies, wherewith thou didst testify against them. For they have not served thee in their kingdom, and in thy great goodness that thou gavest them, and in the large fat land which thou gavest before them, neither turn them from their wicked works. Behold, we are servants this day for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers, fruit thereof, and the good thereof. Behold, we are servants in it, and it yielded much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sin. Also they have over the cattle at their pleasure, and we are in great distress. Because of all this, we make sure a covenant. And write it, and princes, Levites, and priests seal into it. those that were sealed: Nehemiah, Arisha, the son of Aliah, Zidek, Sariah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Peshur, and Amar, Jan, Etish, Shebaniah, Malak, Harim, Mermoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Jenathan, Baruch, Elisham, Abjah, Jamin, Messiah, Bilgai, Shemaiah. These were the priests and the Levites, both Jeshua and the son of Azaniah. Benu of the sons of Benadad, Cadman, and their brethren, Ebenah, the Jaya, Kelita, and Kai, Machia, Hashbaniah, Zikr, yeah. What did I do? Why? No, I didn't. Dada saying I did, but I didn't. Say, Dada, don't say that. Don't say Mama did that. Don't say that. Mama did that. She did not do that. She did not do that. Say, Daddy, say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. Say apologize. I don't know. 14.
Okay, the chief. Come on, babe, you can do it. Ending on this verse, this chapter.
Yeah.
It was a cop out. Gotta go to 13.
No, that's a. Oh, I know what you said.
No, I was just playing.
No, I was going to 13.
Oh, you was going to 13? I was asking you was gonna finish right here.
No, you can read them words and then
Words.
them.
Some of the names?
Yeah. Bro.
Is it going up when I talk? Like, can it hear me when I'm talking from back here?
Yeah.
Alright, what are you on? 14?
Yeah, and you gotta go to 27.
27?
Yeah.
Alright. I can do that. The chief of the people, Parash, Pahath Moab, Elam, Zatu, Bani, Bunny, Asgad, Bebai, Adonijah, Bigvay, Aden, Atur, his Kajaya, his Kaijah, Azur, Adijah, Ashun, Beze, Harith, and Anathoth, Nabai, Magpiesh, Meshulam, Ezer, Meshizabel, Zadok, Shua, Eliata, Pelatiah, Hanan, Ananiah, Hoshea, Ananiah, Hashub, Holahesh, Peleah, Shobek, Reum, Hashabna, Messiah, and Ahijah, Anan, Maluk, Harim, Banai, and the rest of the people, the priests, the Levites, the porters, the singers, the Nethinims, and all they that had separated themselves from the people of the Lord of the lands unto the law of God, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, everyone having knowledge and having understanding. 29. They claimed to their brethren, we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7th year and the exaction of every debt. 32. Also we made ordinances for us to charge ourselves yearly with the third part of the shekel for the service of the house of our God. On 33. Charlotte, don't ever think I ain't got your back, Charlotte. Chad. Tell Chantel to repent. All right, go say, Mama, repent.
Why am I repenting?
All right, go tell Mama, say, Mama, repent. Hey, glory. Tell her.
Mama, repent.
Shakataya. Say, Mama, repent.
Mama, repent.
What about that?
Say, the Lord see you.
Lord, see you.
Say, in Jesus' name.
Jesus' name.
Pray for Daddy. So you stop it, Dad. No. Let he who is without sin cast first stone, because you sure ready to point your finger. Girl, you in that.
Talking to you. You stop it. You stop it.
For the showbread, for the continual meat offering, and the continual burnt offering of the Sabbaths of the new moons, for the set of the feast, and for the holy things, and for the sin offerings to make atonement for Israel, and all the work of the house of God, of our God. And we cast the lots among the priests and the Levites and the people for the wood offering to bring it to the house of our God after the houses of our fathers, at times appointed year by year to burn upon the altar of the Lord God, as it is written in the law, and to bring the first fruits of our ground and the first fruits of all the fruits of all the trees year by year unto the house of the Lord. Also the firstborns of our sons and of our cattle, as it is written in the law, and the firstlings of our herds, of our flocks, to bring the house of our God unto the priests that minister into the house of our God. And that we should bring the first fruits of our dough and our offerings, and the first manner of all trees of wine and of oil unto the priests, to the chambers of the house of God, and the tithes of our ground unto the Levites, that the same Levites might have the tithes in all the cities of our tillage. And the priest, the son of Aaron, shall be with the Levites. Then the Levites take the tithes, and the Levites shall bring up the tithes of the tithes unto the house of our God, to the chambers, into the treasure house. For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring the offering of the corn, of the new wine, and of the oil unto the chambers where are the vessels of the sanctuary, and the priests that minister, and the porters and the singers, and we will not forsake the house of our God. Y'all think y'all be slick adding them words in the middle of these chapters? And the rulers of the people dwelt at Jerusalem. The rest of the people also cast lots to bring Benjamin. What? Of the children of Judah. That soup I ate is really getting in my chest. I should just never eat soup. Ataliah, the son of Uzziah, the son of Zechariah, the son of Amariah, the son of Siphatai, the son of Manaliel, the children of Perez, and of Manasseh, the son of Baruch, the son of Kohizah, the son of Haziah, the son of Adiah, the son of Joarib, the son of Zechariah, the son of Shaloni. All the sons of Perez that dwelt in Jerusalem were 438 of valiant men. Valiant. And these are the sons of Benjamin, Salu, and the son of Meshullam, Zasib, and the son of Jod, the son of Bediah, the son of Kool-Aid, Koliah, the son of Manasseh, the son of Ithaniel, son of Josiah. After him, Gabby and Salah, 928. Joel, the son of Zechari, was their overseer, and Judah, the son of Senua, was taken over the city of the priest Jediah, and the son of Joarib, and Jachin, Sariah, the son of Malachi, and Melishman, the son of Zadok, the son of Meroth, and the son of Ahitub, was a ruler of the house of God, and their brother did the work of the house, that were 822, and Adiah, the son of Joram, the son of Pedaliah, the son of Amizai, the son of Zechariah, the son of Pashur, the son of Malchi, and his brother was the chief of fathers, 242, and Amashai, the son of Azariel, the son of Ashani, the son of Meshillemoth, the son of Immer, and their brethren, mighty men of valor, and 128, and their overseer was Zabdiel, the son of one great man. Also the Levites, Shammai, the son of Yashub, the son of Azarikam, the son of Shabai, the son of Benu, and Shabbai, and Joseph of the chief of Levites had the oversight of the hour business of the house of God. Mattaniah, the son of Machai, and the son of Zabadi, the son of Asaph, was the principal to begin the thanksgiving and prayer. The second among the brethren Abadai, the son of Shamu, the son of Dalio, the son of Kun, and all of the gates were in the holy city, 204 score. Moreover, the porters act above Talom and their brothers that kept the gates were 172. And the residue of Israel, of the priests and the Levites, were all in the city of Judah, one in his inheritance. But the Nethinims dwelt in Opilo and Zahah and Jispah were over the Nethinims, the overseer also of the Levites at Jerusalem, and Uzziah the son of Bani, and the son of Hashbai, and the son of Mattanah, the son of Michai, of the sons of the singers, over the business of the house of God. For it was the king's commandment concerning them that certain should be for singing due for every day. And the son of Meshibbel, the children of Zerah, over it, was at the king's hand and all, and for the villages and their fields, some of the children Judah dwelt in, and villages thereof, Gibeon, villages thereof, Libah, and the villages thereof, Jeshua, at the villages thereof, and Imran, and Bria, and Jarmuth, Zanoah, Edom, their villages, Kadesh, and the fields thereof, Ezekiel, and the villages thereof, dwelt from Beersheba unto the valley of the children of Benjamin from Sheba dwelt at Michmash, and Ajah and Bethlehem villages, Anath, Hazor, Gittayim, Hadid, Zebuam, Nebalat, Lod, and Ono, the valley of craftsmen, and all of the Levites were a division in Judah and Benjamin. You know what? Why? This is just 12 is full of it. It's full of it. It's names just everywhere. They everywhere. Oh my gosh, where is that? That was cool. How about this? I'll read 13. You read 12.
You farted.
Oh, it's time to go to bed. And on that day they read the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Amorite. She not gonna go to sleep because you got the phone. Therein was found written that the Ammonite, and the Moabite did not come into the congregation of because they had not met the children of Israel with bread and water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit our God turned the curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude, and before his Eliashib the priest, having the oversight in the chamber of the house of God, was allied to Tobiah, and he had prepared for him a great chamber, where for a time they laid the meat offerings, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithes of the corn, the new wine, and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites and the singers and the porters, and the offerings of the priests. But in all this time was not I at Jerusalem, for in the 30th year of the what is that word? The one that looked like taxes. Artaxerxes? Artaxerxes? King Xerxes? That's wow. King of Babylon came into the king, and after certain days obtained I leave of the king. And I came to Jerusalem and understood of the evil that Eliashib did for Tobiah in preparing him a chamber in the courts of the house of God. And it grieved me sore. Therefore I cast forth all the household stuff to Tobiah out of the chamber. Then I commanded, and they cleansed the chambers, and thither brought I again the vessels of meat offering and frankincense. And I perceived that the portions of the Levites had not been given them. For the Levites and the singers that did the work were fled, everyone into his field. Then contended I with the rulers and said, Why is the house of God forsaken? And I gathered them together and set them in their place. Then brought all Judah the tithe of the corn and the oil unto treasury, and I made treasure over treasury. What is that? Shelemiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe of the Levites, Pedaiah, and next to them was Hanan the son of Zakur, the son of Mattaniah, for they were counted faithful, and their office was to distribute unto their brethren. Remember me, O my God, concerning this, and wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for this house of my God, and for the offices thereof. In those days I saw some treading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and lading as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens that they brought into Jerusalem the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles and said unto them, What evil thing is this that ye do? Profane the Sabbath day. Did not your fathers this, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants said at the gates that there should be no burden brought in on the Sabbath day. For the merchants and the sellers of all kinds were lodged out of Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them, and unto them, Why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands upon I will lay hands on you. Get away from this wall. From that time came forth they no more on the Sabbath. I commanded the Levites that they should cease themselves, and that they should come and keep the gates to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my God, concerning this also, and spare me according to thy greatness of thy mercy. In those days I saw Jews that had married wives Ashdod of Ammon
No.
and of Moab, and their children spake half in the speech Ashdod, and could not speak the Jewish language. But according to the language of the people, I contend with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto the sons, nor take their daughters, nor your sons, or for yourselves. Did not King Solomon of Israel stand by these things? Yet among many nations there was no king who was beloved of his God. And God made him king over all. Nevertheless, even him outland women caused to sin. Shall we then hearken unto do all this great evil, transgress against God, in marrying strange wives? And one of the sons of Joadiah, the son of Elishib, and the high priest, was a son-in-law to Sanballat the Horonite. Therefore I chased him from me. Remember them, O my God, because I have defiled the priesthood and the covenant of the priesthood and the Levites. Thus cleansed them from all strangers, and appointed the wards of the priests and the Levites, everyone in his business. And for the wood offering, at times appointed for the first fruits. Remember me, O my God, for good. Yes, sir.
I'll give it up for Chantel. Start reading. Until you get up, lay down, you going to sleep. You start reading. I think, no, I'm just saying, I can probably be done in a little bit. What's good? What's good? No. Yeah, Ashton. Jackson. Huh? What, babe? All right, y'all. I gotta read 12, and then I gotta read what, babe? I mean, I gotta. It's in her dresser, I think. Okay, I don't know if she can see. Oh, the light not on? Girl said. Come on, tell him like. I do. All right, go to mama. But out. Now these are the priests and the Levites that went up with Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Okay. 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 Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel and Jeshua, Sarai, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Maluk, Hattush, Jeconiah, Rahum, Meremoth, Edo, Ganetho, Abiah, Miamin, Madiah, Bilgah, Shemaiah, and Jorib, Jediah, Salu, Amok, Hilkiah, Jediah. These were the chief of the priests and of their brethren in the days of Jeshua. Moreover, the Levites, Jeshua, Banu, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, which was over the thanksgiving, he and his brothers. Also, Bakbukiah and Uni, their brothers, were over against them in the watches. And Jeshua begot Joachim. Joachim also begot Eliashib. And Eliashib begot Joiada. And Joiada begot Jonathan. And Jonathan begot Jaddua. And in the days of Joachim were priests, the chief of the fathers of Sarai, Merai, Sariah, Meriah, Jeremiah, Hananiah, of Ezra, Meshulam, of Amariah, Jehohanan, of Meliku, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Harim, Adna, of Marioth, Helkiah, of Edo, Zechariah, of Ginnathan, Meshullam, of Abiah, Zikran, of Miniamin, Moadiah, Pilte, of Bilgah, Shamua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, and of Jorib, Mattaniah, of Jediah, Uzi, of Salai, Kalai, of Amok, Abur, of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, of Jediah, Nathaniel. The Levites in the days of Eliashib, Jediah, and Johanan, and Jaddua were recorded chief of the fathers, also the priests to the reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, the chief of the rulers, the chief of the fathers, were written in the book of the Chronicles, even into the days of Johanan, the son of Elisha. And the chief of the Levites, Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua, the son of Kadmiel, with their brethren over against them, to praise and to give thanks according to the commandment of David, the man of God, ward over against ward. Mattaniah and Bakbukiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talman, Akub were porters keeping the ward at the thresholds of the gates. They were in the days of Joachim, the son of Yeshua, the son of Josadak, in the days of Nehemiah the governor, and of Ezra the priest, the scribe. And at the dedication of the wall, Jerusalem, they sought the Levites out of all their places to bring them to Jerusalem to keep the dedication with gladness, both with thanksgiving and with singing, with cymbals, psalteries, and with harps. And the sons of the singers gathered themselves together both out of the plain country round about Jerusalem, from villages of Naphtali or Netophathi, also from the house of Gilgal, and out of the fields of Geba and Asmaveth, for the singers had builded them villages round about Jerusalem. And the priests and the Levites purified themselves and purified the people in the gates and the wall. Then I brought up the princes of Judah upon the wall, and appointed 2 great companies of them that gave thanks, whereof one went on the right hand upon the wall toward the dung gate, and after them went Hoshaiah, and
of the princes of Judah, and Azariah, Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah and Benjamin, and Shemaiah, and Jeremiah, and certain of the priest's sons with trumpets, namely Zechariah, the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, Micaiah, the son of Zachar, the son of Asaph, and his brethren Shemaiah, and Azareel, and Milalai, Galilai, Mai, Nathaniel, and Judah, Hanani, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God, and Ezra the scribe before them. And at the fountain gate, which was over against them, they went up by the stairs of the city of David, at the going up of the wall, above the house of David, even into the water gate eastward. And the other company of them that gave thanks went over against them, and I after them, in the half of the people upon the wall, from beyond the tower of the furnaces, even into the broad wall, and from above the gate of Ephraim, and above the old gate, and above the fish gate, and toward the tower of Hananiah, and the tower of Mia, even unto the sheep gate. And they stood still in the prison. So stood the two companies of them that gave thanks in the house of God, and I and half of the rulers with me, and priests Eliakim, Messiah, Menamin, Micaiah, Elianai, Zechariah, and Hananiah with trumpets, and Messiah, and Shemaiah, and Eleazar, and Uzi, and Jehohanan, and Malchijah, and Elam, and Ezer. And the singers sang loud with Jezreiah, their overseer. Also that day they offered great sacrifices and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The wives also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard even afar off. And at the time were some appointed over the chambers for the treasures, for the offerings, for the first fruits, and for the tithes, to gather into them out of the fields of the cities the portions of the law for the priests and Levites. For Judah rejoiced for the priests and for the Levites that waited. And both the singers and the porters kept the ward of their God and the ward of the purification, according to the commandment of David and of Solomon his son. For in the day of David and Asaph of old, there were chief of the singers and songs of praise and thanksgiving unto God. And all Israel in the days of Zerubbabel and in the days of Nehemiah gave the portions of the singers and the porters every day his portion. And they sanctified the holy things unto the Levites, and the Levites sanctified them unto the children of Aaron. So you read 13 already, right? All right, y'all, we going on to Esther. Oh, it was Ezra, then Esther. I'm tripping. Because I think this is the longest one in Esther. This guy. No, we read Ezra already. I'm reading Esther. I think in Esther, the first one got 22 verses. The second one got 23 verses. The third one got 15, 17, 14, 14, 10, 17, 32. Oh, you love me? And 3. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I love you, Aubrey. Can I get a kissy and a hug? I love you. I'll see you later. You have a good night, okay? Go, mama. Time to go to bed. Babe, she don't have no more though. Pull-ups. Okay, we'll have to look. I might have to get him, cause I said you going out. I might have to get him, huh? But I need to exchange them. I might just take her car seat out and put it in my truck. All right. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia over 107 and 20 provinces. 127 provinces, that in those days when King Ahasuerus, Ahasuerus, when King Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which is in Shushan, the palace, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him, when he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace, where were white, green, blue, and blue hanging, fastened with cords. Of fine linen and pure purple to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble, and they gave them drinking vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to the law, none did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Also Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mailman, Bista, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look on. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. Then the king said to the wise men which knew the times, for so the king's manner toward all that knew land and judgment. And the next unto him was Karshena, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marcina, and Memucan, the 7 provinces of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law, because she have not performed the commandment of King Ahasuerus by the chamberlains? And Memucan answered before the king and Princess Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to the princes, and to all the people that are in the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes when it shall be reported. The king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's provinces, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than her. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small. And the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. And for he sent letters into all the king's provinces, and to every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. After these things, when the wrath of the king Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was decreed against her. Then said the king's servant that ministered unto them, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace, the house of the women, unto the custody of Hage, the king's chamberlain, keep of the women, and let the things for purification be given them. And let the maiden which pleases the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so. Now in... Huh? Oh yeah, it's right here. Sorry. Now in Shushan the palace there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite, who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity, which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, who Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and The maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. So it came to pass when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace to the custody of Hegai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house to the custody of Hegai, keeper of the women. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens which were meet to be given her out of the king's house, and he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women. Esther had not showed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not show it. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her. Now when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women, for so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wit 6 months with oil of myrrh, 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purification of the women, purifying of the women. Then thus came every maiden unto the king, whatsoever she desired, that was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king's house. In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Shashgaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubine. She came in unto the king no more, except the king delighted in her, and that she were called by name. Now when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, and was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing but what Hegai the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed. And Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her. So Esther was taken into King Ahasuerus, into his house royal, in the 10th month, which is the month Tebeth, the 7th year of his reign. And the king loved Esther above all women. She obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head, and made her queen instead of Vashti. Then the king made a great feast unto all his princes and his servants, even Esther's feast, and he made a release to the provinces, and gave gifts according to the state of the king. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai sat in the king's gate. Esther had not showed her kindred nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her, for Esther did the commandment of Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, 2 of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were mad, and sought to lay hands on the king Ahasuerus. And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther the queen, and Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore they were both hanged on a tree, and it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king. That's it. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. Then the king's servants which were in the king's gate said unto Mordecai, Why transgress you the king's commandment? Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matter would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath. And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai. In the first month, that is in the month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast pur, that is the lot, before Haman, from day to day, and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is the month Adar. And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, There is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of your kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all people. Neither keep they the king's laws. Therefore it is not for the king's profit to allow them. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business, to bring it into the king's treasuries. And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it to Haman, and the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. And the king said unto Haman, The silver is given to you, the people also, to do with them as it seems good to you. Then were the king's scribe called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants. and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language. In the name of King Ahasuerus was it written and sealed with the king's ring. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, to take the spoil of them for a prey. The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, that they should be ready against that day. The post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and a decree was given in Shushan the palace. And the king and Haman sat down to drink, but the city Shushan was perplexed. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes, and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and bitter cry. Hey, you called me? And came even before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting and weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai, to take away his sackcloth from him, but he received it not. Then called Esther for Hatak, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai, to know what it was and why it was. So Hatak went forth to Mordecai into the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and of the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasury for the Jews to destroy them. Also he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them, to show it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him, and to make request before him for her people. And Hatak came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again Esther spake unto Hatak, and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. All the king's servants and the people of the king's province do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days. And they told to Mordecai Esther's words. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with yourself that you shall escape in the king's house more than all the Jews. For if you altogether hold your peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But you and your father's house shall be destroyed, and who knows whether you are come to the kingdom for such a time as this. Then Esther bade them return Mordecai this answer. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast you for me, neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law, and if I perish, I perish. So Mordecai went his way, and did according to all that Esther had commanded him. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Esther put on her royal apparel, and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house, and the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther the queen standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight, and the king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. And then said the king unto her, What will you, Queen Esther? And what is your request? It shall even be given you to the half of the kingdom. And Esther answered, If it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him. Then the king said, Cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther had said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. And the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, What is your petition? And it shall be granted you. And what is your request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed. Then answered Esther and said, My petition and my request is, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I should prepare for them, and I will do tomorrow as the king hath said. Then went Haman forth that day, joyful and with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up, nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai. Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself, and when he came home, he sent and called for his friends, and Zeresh his wife. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches and the multitude of his children and all the things wherein the king had promoted him, and how he had advanced him above the princes and servants of the king. Haman said moreover, yea, Esther the queen did let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared but myself, and tomorrow I am invited unto her also with the king. Yet all this avails me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. Then says Zeresh's wife and all his friends unto him, let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak you unto the king that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go you in merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made. They trying to cut Haman's head off, cuz. You gonna see what happened though. Esther and them ain't no joke. God ain't no joke. On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the chronicles, and they read before the king. And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hands on the king Ahasuerus. And the king said, what honor and dignity have been done to Mordecai for this? Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, there is nothing done. So he went to get the book because he couldn't sleep. That was God, bro. And the king said, the king said, who was in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him. And the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman stands in the court. And the king said, let him come in. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man who the king delights to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to do more honor more than to myself? So he thought he was the big dog. He had elevated himself. So he answering, thinking that the king talking about him. And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delights to honor, let the royal apparel be brought, which the king used to wear, and the horse that the king rides upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head. And let this apparel and the horse be delivered to the hand of the king's most noble princes, that they may array the man withal whom the king delights to honor, and bring him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man who the king delights to honor. Then the king said to Haman, make haste and take apparel in the house, as you have said, and do even so to Mordecai, the Jew that sits at the king's gate. Let nothing fail of all that you have spoken. So now Haman got to honor the one who would not honor him. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse, and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delights to honor. And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to his house mourning and having his head covered. And Haman told Zeresh's wife and all his friends everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh's wife unto him, if Mordecai be the seed of the Jews, before whom you have begun to fall, you shall not prevail against him, but shall surely fall before him. And while they were yet talking with him, came the king's chamberlains, and hasted to bring Haman into the banquet that Esther had prepared. Getting real. The wise men already see it's happening. It's happening. So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen, and the king said unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is your petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted you. And what is your request? And it shall be performed even to the half of the kingdom. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in your sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he that does presume in his heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary and enemy is the wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden, and Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen, for he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king. Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was. Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house? As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. And Harbonah, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold, also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who spoken good for the king, stands in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. So he got hung on his own trap. Wow. On that day, did the king Ahasuerus give the house of Haman, the Jews' enemy, unto Esther the queen, and Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her. And the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it unto Mordecai. And Esther set Mordecai over the house of Haman. And Esther spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman the Agagite, and his device that he had devised against the Jews. Then the king held out the golden scepter toward Esther. So Esther arose and stood before the king, and said, if it please the king, and if I have favor in his sight, and the thing seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised by Haman the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, which he wrote to destroy the Jews which are in all the king's provinces. Or how can I endure to see the evil that shall come unto my people? Or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred? Then the king Ahasuerus said unto Esther the queen, and to Mordecai the Jew, behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him they have hanged upon the gallows, because he laid his hand upon the Jews. Write you also for the Jews, as it likes you, in the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring, for the writing which is written in the king's name and sealed with the king's ring may no man reverse. Then were the king's scribes called at that time in the 3rd month, that is the month Sivan, on the 23rd day thereof, and it was written according to all that Mordecai commanded unto the Jews, and to the lieutenants, and to the deputies, and rulers of the provinces which are from India unto Ethiopia, 127 provinces, unto every province according to the writing thereof, and unto every people after their language, and to the Jews according to the writing according to their language. And he wrote in the king Ahasuerus' name, and sealed it with the king's ring, and sent letters by post on horseback, and riders on mules, camels, and young dromedaries, wherein the king granted the Jews which are in every city to gather themselves together, and to stand for their life, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people in province that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoil of them for a prey, upon one day in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus, namely upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar. Copy of the writing for the commandment, for a commandment to be given in every province, was published unto all people, and that the Jews should be ready against that day to avenge themselves on their enemies. Wow. So the post that rode upon mules and camels went out, being hastened and pressed on by the king's commandment, and the decree was given at Shushan the palace. And Mordecai went out from the presence of the king in royal apparel of blue and white, and with a great crown of gold, and with garment of fine linen and purple. And the city of Shushan rejoiced and was glad. The Jews had light and gladness and joy and honor. And in every province and in every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness, a feast and a good day. And many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of the Jews fell upon them. So the people just became Jews, so they ain't got to die. Hey, I'm with it. All right, this is the long 32, which is not super long, but it's the longest one. Now in the 12th month, that is the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had ruled over them that hated them. The Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, to lay hand on such as sought their hurt, and no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all the people. And all the rulers of the provinces, and the lieutenants, and the deputies, and the officers of the king helped the Jews excuse me, because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them. And for Mordecai was great in the king's house, and his fame went out throughout all the provinces, for this man Mordecai was greater and greater. Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with the stroke of the sword, and slaughter and destruction, and did what they would unto those that hated them. And in Shushan the palace the Jews slew and destroyed 500 men, and Parshandatha, and Dalphon, and Aspatha, and Poratha, and Adalia, and Aridatha, and Parmashta, and Erisai, and Eridai, and Vaj-Ezatha. The 10 sons of Haman, the sons of Hammedatha, the enemy of Jews, slew they, but on the spoil laid they not their hand. On that day, the number of those that were slain in Shushan, the palace, was brought before the king, and the king said unto Esther the queen, the Jews have slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan the palace, and the 10 sons of Haman. What have they done in the rest of the king's provinces? Now what is your petition? And it shall be granted you. Or what is your request further? And it shall be done. Then said Esther, if it please the king, let it be granted to the Jews which are in Shushan to do tomorrow also according to this day's decrees, and let Haman's 10 sons be hanged upon the gallows. And the king commanded it so to be done, and the decree was given at Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day also of the month of Adar, and slew 300 men at Shushan, but on the prey they laid not their hand. But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together and stood for their lives, and had rest from their enemies, and slew of their foes 75,000, but they laid not their hands on the prey. On the 13th day of the month of Adar, and on the 14th day of the same, rested they, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. But the Jews that were at Shushan assembled themselves one to another. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and the 15th day of the same yearly, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning unto a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor. And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them, because Haman the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast pur, that is their lot, to consume them and to destroy them. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head, and that he and his son should be hanged on the gallows. Wherefore they call these days Purim, after the name of Pur. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of that which they had done, or had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it is, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their right, and according to their appointed time every year, and that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, nor the memorial of them perish from their seed. Then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew wrote with all authority to confirm the second letter of Purim. And he sent the letters unto all Jews to the 127 provinces of the kingdom of Ahasuerus with words of peace and truth, to confirm these days of Purim in their times appointed, according as Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen had enjoined them, and as they had decreed for themselves and for their seed the matters of the fasting and their cry, and the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written in a book. It's what you call dedication. And the king Ahasuerus laid a tribute on the land and upon the isles of the sea, and all the acts of his power and of his might, and the declaration of the greatness of Mordecai whereunto the king advanced him, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Media and Persia? For Mordecai the Jew was next unto King Ahasuerus, and great among the Jews, and accepted of the multitude of his brothers, seeking the wealth of his people, and speaking peace to all his seed. Stop playing. Praise God. We made it, bro. We made it. That's all I can say. My wife went straight through. And took care of what was that last book? Of what we did? Ezra, Nehemiah. Took care of Nehemiah. Crushed it. And now we've taken care of Esther, which was the easier of the two. So we can check it off, baby. We can check it off. It's over. Now, tomorrow we got Job 1 and 21. Y'all, when we get this whole thing done, I'm gonna be so happy. Day 52. I think that's December 12th. Y'all, we have a long way to go, but we making progress. We're almost halfway there. We're almost halfway there. I guess halfway there would be 52. What's half of 52? 26. So this would be halfway there. What? Yeah, we almost halfway there. So we have to keep grinding. We have to keep going, even when it gets rough, even when it gets hard, even when you get behind. You got to keep going, bro. I'm telling you. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for being here. We will be back tomorrow. I have to record some more and edit some more videos to put out, so we can have them out and ready for YouTube. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all keep stay tapped in, bro. I'm tired. My wife tired.